Hello everyone, I'm your host Akanksha Mishra and you are watching our YouTube channel TNV Academy. In the world of audits, terms like evidence and findings often cause confusion. Are they the same thing? Do findings always mean problems? The truth is, evidence and findings are different but deeply connected. ISO 19011, the international standard for auditing management systems, clearly explains how auditors collect evidence and then use it to form findings. In this session, we will break down the difference, explain their relationship, and show how this understanding makes audits smoother and less intimidating. By the end, you will never mix them up again. Now, ISO 19011 basics, setting the stage. ISO 19011 defines an audit as a systematic, independent, and documented process for obtaining evidence and evaluating it against criteria. Here, two terms stand out: audit evidence and audit findings. Evidence represents the raw inputs, facts, observations, and records. Findings represent the outputs, conclusions after evidence is evaluated. You cannot have findings without evidence, and evidence has little meaning without analysis. Understanding this chain is the first step toward professional auditing. Now, what is audit evidence? Audit evidence is the factual backbone of every audit. It includes records, statements of fact, observations, and measurable data. Importantly, evidence is neutral. It doesn't judge whether something is right or wrong. For example, a signed attendance sheet from training, a calibration certificate for the machine, or an observation that fire extinguishers are installed. These are all pieces of audit evidence. ISO 19011 identifies multiple ways to gather evidence through interviews, direct observations, reviewing documents and records, and taking measurements. Good evidence must be relevant, verifiable, and sufficient. This makes evidence the foundation on which findings are built. Now, what are audit findings? Audit findings are the conclusions drawn from analyzing evidence against audit criteria. While evidence is neutral, findings carry meaning. These are different types of findings. Conformity. Evidence shows requirements are met. Non-conformity. Evidence shows requirements are not met. Opportunities for improvement, that is OFI. Requirements are met but could be improved. Good practices. Evidence shows performance beyond requirements. For instance, if training records are missing, the findings is non-conformity. If records show regular, well-documented drills, the finding may be recorded as conformity or even good practice. Now let's discuss evidence versus findings. Key differences. The simplest way to understand the difference is this. Evidence is what you see, findings are what you conclude. Evidence is the input, findings are the output. Evidence by itself is just a fact. Findings arise when that fact is compared to audit criteria. Imagine an auditor observes workers not wearing PPE is a hazardous zone. The observation itself is evidence. When compared with safety policy requirements, it becomes a finding, that is a non-conformity. This chain from fact to judgment explains why the two concepts are separate but linked. Now, collecting strong audit evidence. Strong findings require strong evidence. ISO 19011 emphasizes that evidence must be sufficient and appropriate. Sufficient means there is enough of it to support conclusions. Appropriate means it is relevant and reliable. To collect strong evidence, auditors must plan questions carefully, use multiple sources for cross-verification, check consistency between documents and interviews, and document everything clearly in their notes. For auditees, this means maintaining accurate, consistent, and accessible records. When your evidence is in order, you can face audits with confidence. Now, turning evidences into findings. The transition from evidence to findings must follow a disciplined process. ISO 19011 requires auditors to compare evidence against audit criteria, classify it appropriately, and record it with clear support. For example, a procedure may require monthly machine calibration. If records show calibration was last done 8 months ago, that evidence supports a finding of non-conformity. On the other hand, if calibration was done ahead of schedule with well-kept records, the finding reflects conformity or good practice. Evidence feeds the finding, but the two should never be confused. Now, common mistakes and misunderstandings. Many audit problems arise from misunderstanding the difference between evidence and findings. Some common errors include treating opinions as evidence, jumping to findings without enough evidence, misreporting facts, or assuming findings are always negative. Another mistake is when auditees argue about findings during evidence collection, forgetting that their role is to provide evidence and debate judgments. Separating facts from conclusions is critical. Evidence must remain neutral, while findings must remain objective and criteria-based. This discipline is what makes audits credible. Now the conclusion. The journey from evidence to findings is central to auditing. Evidence provides the facts, findings provides the meaning. ISO 19011 demystifies this relationship by defining clear processes for gathering and analyzing information. For auditors, this ensures professional and reliable audits. For auditees, it removes fear because when your evidence is accurate and consistent, your findings will reflect the truth of your system. So remember, evidence is the story and findings are the interpretation. Keep this distinction clear and your audits will always be transparent, fair and effective. Thanks for watching this detailed session and I, Akanksha Mishra, will see you in the next episode of TNV Academy.